COSM has fallen too much for you to sell it.
No, God! No, God, please, no! 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 No!
Tell me if that doesn't sound familiar. In this video, we're going to go over exactly what you should do about the COSM situation and how you can save as much money as possible and maybe even profit. My name is John Coda, your day trading coach, and welcome to the channel that gives you an edge that no other trader has. We got a good one today. Guys, how can it be that we sold COSM at 58 cents on the second? All of the members of my group sold COSM on the second, and every single person that's holding it right now is wishing that they weren't. This stock is down more than 75% from where it was on the 29th of November. And we're only about 2 weeks into December. So this is catastrophic. We're going to learn exactly how to get you out of this situation. But first, let's go over some stocks that we've been trading in the group. I mean, we got Rent here. Rent is up 30% on the day. We had PHVS all sent to the members of our community. And wow, that one went up 30% as well from open. We all traded this together and we were making anywhere from $600 to $1,500 just trading these stocks with a very small amount of money. So if you guys aren't already in the free Discord, make sure that you're a part of that because you get call outs 100% free. I mean, think of that. If you can get notified of the strongest stocks in the stock market from a professional trader at absolutely no cost to you. And that's exactly what you'll be getting. What we want to do now is look at COSM and what we need to do with COSM in order to make a profit, or most likely just to prevent losses, really, because COSM has been weak ever since we sold it at 58 cents on the 2nd of December. And what we want to do now is just think of an exit strategy. How do we get out of this? How do we prevent ourselves from losing too much money on COSM? Well, COSM is a stock that can go even lower than it is right now. And that's just the scary part about it. How are we going to trade COSM so that we don't lose too much money? How are we going to trade COSM so that we don't end up losing everything? We know that if we hold on to losing stocks for too long, they can result in catastrophic losses. That's why one of the disciplines that I put into all of the traders in our community is to cut losses short and always have an exit strategy. Are you tired of losing money? If you have a solid exit strategy, you will never lose a large amount of money because you will always have a level of the stock in which you can get out at either a profit or at a small loss. And that is the key to effective trading. Number one key to effective trading: keeping your losses small. And I go over that in the law of diminishing returns, how that's so important and how you can do more of that yourself in order to make more money in the stock market. Now, if you're still holding COSM, I want to go about what you need to do in order to get out. A lot of you may feel like COSM has gone down too far for you to sell it. Like you have to wait for it to go back up. But the problem with companies like this, where they're not really valued at the market value. In other words, this stock only went up because of a pump, because of hype. And the problem with these hype plays is eventually the hype dies off and the real value of the company starts coming into play. If you're going to trade a hype stock, you need to trade it as if it is a hype stock, meaning you ride the hype and then you sell the stock at a profit and then you leave the stock alone. Why? Because the hype's eventually going to die off. The hype always dies off eventually. And you don't want to be the one standing there with a big bag of nothing. So what do we do in order to get out of this now that we're already in it? Well, the easiest answer is just to sell our position. In fact, the sell target that I have on COSM, try to get out at 0.3679 cents if you can. That price may never be hit. The stock may fall all the way down to 20 cents or 18 cents. That's really what can happen with COSM stock. I was talking about COSM stock when my students sold it around 58 cents. And I told them, you got to get out of this thing right now because this stock can fall all the way down to 30 cents. And that's actually confirmed in the video, which I'll link up there. But what ended up happening is it really did fall to 30 cents. And I'm not happy for anybody that held on to it because they lost half their money. Okay. Anyone that bought at 60 cents and it fell to 30 cents lost half their money. Anyone that bought at the top here around 88 cents, hoping for the stock to go up to $1, they lost 75% of their money. If they purchased $20,000 in stock, they lost over $15,000. And that's why it's so important to have a professional trader to guide you and to show you not just how to trade and which stocks you should be looking at, but where you should be exiting a stock if the trade isn't working and where you should be taking profits on a stock so that you can grow your account. What we want to do now with COSM is, again, get out of the stock around 0.2671. And let's go ahead and take a quick look at our where the COSM stock is headed next, looking at Yahoo Finance. Okay, so I'm going to bring this Yahoo Finance here. So Yahoo Finance, it's down, 5.95% today. That's a 6% drop. The stock is still considered overvalued. And the chart events, a bearish pattern is detected, and it's a momentum bearish pattern, meaning that the stock can keep going down and down and down, at least according to Yahoo Finance. And this is a problem because if we're now in a bearish momentum, there's going to be a lot of people who are holding a bag on COSM. And bag holding basically means that they bought the stock at a higher price and they are now holding the stock as it drifts lower and lower. And the problem with stocks with bag holders, especially when a stock is favored by retail traders, people like us, who are just regular people buying into a stock. We're not banks. We don't have billions of dollars yet, but we will buy a stock still and we will sell stock still. And so when we buy into a stock, what's the first thing that comes into our head? We got to break even. We got to break even. We can't lose money. We can't lose money. So if we buy in at 60 cents, we're going to keep waiting for the chart to come back to 60 cents. And we see that chart pattern actually here on November 30th, 2022. We see the chart was at 60 cents. And we see when the chart came back to 60 cents on December 5th of 2022, around 7 a.m., we started getting a bearish pattern because everybody that had bought in at 60 cents here then started selling their position, which pushes the price down. When people are selling their positions, it pushes the price down. And when people are holding a bag on a stock at a certain price level, when the stock comes back up to that level, they will sell it. Everyone's trying to sell their stock at the next pop. And if there aren't a lot of buyers at the bottom waiting to buy the stock and push the price back up, then the stock will keep falling and falling and falling. And that's what's going to give us what we see on the chart as a downtrend. And make no mistake, COSM is in a downtrend. And unless we get a major reversal, this stock is never going to be at the price that it used to be. And anyone that's pumping it should be in jail. Maybe that's a little harsh, but it's dangerous to buy a stock that is in a bearish pattern without a solid exit strategy. If you're going to buy COSM right now, it might actually be a good idea because it's around 30 cents right now. If you can pick it up at 30 cents and 20 cents, it's possible you may be able to make some money if you scalp it to 35 cents or 40 cents. But if you're already holding COSM, then you're already in deep, muddy water. And I want to get you out of that water with as little damage as possible. I don't want you to lose more money. And I hate it when people lose money. And so to prevent you from doing that, I want you to get out around here, around 35 cents. Okay. And if you want to hold, if you only want to sell half at 35 cents, the next key point that you can sell COSM at is at 43 cents. Okay. So 35 cents and 43 cents are the two levels which you can likely get out of at either a small loss or at a big loss. But the problem is you're going to lose money no matter what on COSM unless we have a major change of events. And it's like gambling at this point. Now, you might wonder, why can't I just hold COSM? Why can't I just wait? Why not just wait for COSM to go back to where it was? Because that may never happen. Remember, this is an overvalued stock. This company is practically worthless. It was never worth $1. It never will be worth $1. And the only way it can really get, well, actually, I don't know that. Maybe the company can be worth $1 eventually. But the problem is, again, that's gambling. The writing on the wall right now is that COSM is going to go down even more. It might have a small spike here and there. I could even see it coming up to 45, 50 cents at some point in its lifetime, but we don't know whether that will actually happen. And in fact, everything that the chart is telling us right now is that the chart is pretty much dead at around 40 cents, and the stock will never go above 40 cents, and it may even go down to 20 cents. And that brings me to my main reason for making this video. This stock does have room to fall. If you're holding the stock right now, this stock can go all the way down to 20 cents and even 15 cents. Okay. 20 cents and 15 cents. What that means is whatever your losses are right now, they can go, you can lose half of whatever you have right now still invested in the stock. You can still lose half. And that to me is extremely dangerous. If you have $10,000 in COSM, you can still lose another $5,000. If you started off with $20,000 in COSM and then you lost $10,000 in COSM, guess what? You can actually lose another $5,000 in COSM if you aren't careful and you get out at COSM at a safe level. And that's the last thing I want to happen. So I need you to very carefully consider getting out of COSM at 35 cents to 45 cents. I am not a financial advisor, but this is what the chart is showing. And my track record shows we got two 25% winners today. We're up over 200% last week. All of the pro members are making money. This is what I do for a living. If you aren't getting out of this stock at a healthy level, then you are essentially gambling your money away and you may lose everything. And if you are not of the mindset of losing everything, if you would rather come out with something with this stock, then I highly recommend getting out at the key levels, which I just talked about in this video. The highest I can really see COSM coming up to again, and it could take weeks or months, is about 50 cents. But that would mean tying up your capital. That would mean hoping, waiting for something that may never happen. And possibly that means losing even more money on COSM. And so this is a letter to every single person who is still in COSM that I hope you're able to get out of COSM without a scratch. And I hope you're able to get out at 35 cents to 45 cents, because that's what the chart technicals show is the safest exit for COSM right now. Have an amazing rest of your day, and I'll see you guys in the next video.